The crowd is screaming, ears are ringing, and voices are getting hoarser by the second. The stands bounce, and every eye is focused on the players on the field. About 81,500 people are crammed into a stadium, all waiting for one thing: the final score. This is a Clemson football game. My boyfriend Logan Wires attends every time Clemson plays at a home game. He is an inspiration to me every day to push through every trial in my life, that God can help me do the impossible. Logan Wires was attending a Clemson football game on October 1st, 2016, just like he has every Saturday since he was 10 years old. It went back and forth the entire game. It was a game in between Louisville, ranked number 3, and Clemson, ranked number 5. The crowd was involved in the game from the very start. There were rowdy moments and there were a few dull moments. During one of the most intense dull moments, a miracle happened. Logan has cerebral palsy. This, however, does not affect his mental state at all. He is one of the brightest kids I know. Logan is in all honors classes this year. Logan is also called to ministry, and that will be his major next year at college. Logan loves Jesus with all that he is, and he is the biggest Clemson fan ever. But even cerebral palsy does not stop him from competing in athletics. Logan got second in the state last year for wheelchair racing. Logan, however, is still very physically challenged. He has very limited movement, and he struggles with movement in his hands. He cannot move his legs at all on his own. He occasionally is made to stand during therapy sessions, but it is rare for him to attempt to do it on his own, and only for a few minutes with assistance. Standing is a simple act for almost everyone in this world, but for Logan, it is a challenge that nature has presented to him. However, during a dull, solemn moment in the stands, an amazing thing happened. Like his team, Logan too refused to sit down during his team's big moment. Logan has personally told me about this special moment, but only when I asked did he ever mention it. He said, all I did was stand for my team when they needed me to. His dad, Bill Wires, has a little more detailed story. I was watching the game, he said, and I turned and looked, and he was standing up. I said, "Son, what are you doing?" Said Wires, afraid Logan was going to fall. His response was, "Dad, they need me to stand and cheer, so I'm going to stand." This was an amazing moment for his entire family and for Clemson football. Clemson did end up winning that vital game, and many think Logan's miracle helped it along. Holding onto the rail in front of him in a section of the stadium, Logan held himself up without assistance and cheered on his Clemson Tigers. His dad, Bill Wires, pulled out his phone and took a picture of his son cheering the Tigers to victory. It wasn't until the next day that his dad came across the picture on his phone and shared it on Facebook. It was meant for families and friends to see Logan's resiliency and progress. With only a small following online, that was the second miracle that his post went viral overnight. I saw the original post because I have been great friends with them for years. But the next thing I know, I see Logan on TV, on social media everywhere. Logan was on House of Highlights, Bleacher Report, USA Today, ESPN, and CBS Sports, along with many others. His 15 minutes of fame lasted for months. He had interview after interview. He used his influence for the Lord, and he gave glory to God every chance he got. He said to me one day, "It was the biggest blessing of my life to be able to reach so many for God." Logan is not able to stand, yet he stood, with God's help. The struggles and challenges of my life seem feeble compared to the healing of his legs, even if it was only for a few minutes. Logan's story reminds me to trust God in my little things because I have seen him work in the big things. My problems are a piece of cake for him. Why should I doubt God? As I talk to Logan each day, I am constantly confronted with the amazingness of this miracle. I find it so amazing that he inspired me, but also inspired people all over the world. Logan changed the world by giving inspiration. He stood up when he is not physically able to. He experienced a miracle by being a living miracle. He inspires me every day to trust God with everything. I can trust him with my tiny problems because I have seen how he can perform the impossible. I thank God for putting him in my life and how he inspires me every day.